Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Fernando Herrera and today I'm going to be talking about the Apple AirTags and how I've been using them as a vehicle tracker for one of my vehicles on Turo. So if you follow my channel or are a subscriber, you probably saw a video 5 weeks ago, around 5 to 6 weeks ago, about the top 5 trackers I recommend to have if you're going to be listing your car on Turo or simply if you just need a tracker for your car. In there, I listed the Apple AirTag as a possible candidate, and I have been getting messages about this specific tracker because a lot of people still don't kind of get all the details of how it works. So today I'm going to be giving you a full-on detail and my experience on using this specific AirTag for over 1 month in my vehicles. I'll give you all the good things that this thing has and all the bad things that I didn't like as well. And then eventually I'll tell you what I overall think of the Apple AirTag when it comes to tracking the vehicle. So be sure to watch the entire video because there's going to be some very good points, very good information that may make you decide whether you should be buying this or not. Now before we begin, please just sit down, chill back, sit back, get a drink, and help me smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Also subscribe so that, I have a lot of videos about Turo, helping Turo hosts, and I really just share my experience of what I do for Turo and how I do it and how I happen to just make money. Not a lot, but still some money on the platform. Also, if I say something here that's not very clear to you and you just want to reach out to me and confirm, feel free to comment below or reach me through Instagram. A lot of people have been reaching me out through Instagram and I do answer all of the messages. I try to answer them quick, but just something to keep in mind. My profile or my Instagram profile is in the description below. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Apple AirTag. At the time of doing this video, the price of the AirTags was $29 per each AirTag, or a pack of 4 AirTags for $100 pretty much. I went to Walmart, bought the pack of 4, and pretty much just went my way out to setting them up. Supposedly, the Apple AirTags use a small lithium battery that lasts up to 1 year. And the interesting thing that I think about Apple AirTags is that the Apple AirTags require no data subscription at all. So in other words, all, if not most of the trackers out there require you to pay data, require you to pay monthly plans, require you to pay something in order to keep the tracker talking to a satellite so that it could tell you back its location. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the true purpose of the tracker, right? To know where it's at anytime you want to know. Now, in my other video, I did talk how I personally use Verizon Connect, which is great. It's a great company. I don't like their customer service, and they do make you sign a 3-year agreement, which is a bit long because if you want to cancel that agreement, they make you pay the full term agreement either way. And then again, if you do buy another cheap alternative tracker on Amazon, it's still going to be no less than $20 to $30, and you're going to be paying $10 per month for the data service. Now in this case, Apple is actually pretty ingenious because what they do is they have their own little tracker that requires no service, but the way it communicates back to you and tells you its location, it's by using other iPhones around you. So pretty much when you put in an Apple AirTag, it'll actually scan all the phones around it, and if one of them happens to be an Apple device with an LTE connection or 5G connection, it'll actually go back, report back to the Apple servers, and then it will notify you its location. Now this benefit does come with a downside because let's assume that you're in the middle of a desert, your car's stranded somewhere, and there's absolutely no iPhones to be found. Well, I guess you won't be able to track your vehicle. However, you will be able to maybe see the last pinged location, which would be just, the last time it connected it to an iPhone. Also, the benefit here, guys, is that there are probably more than billions of iPhones out there. So the likeliness of your tracker reaching or talking to an iPhone from point A to point B, it's actually really high. So now I'll be showing here on my screen how I get the notifications, because again, the most important thing is being able to track your car when you need to. So there would be some times where I would try to find my Apple car. In this case, that's what I named it. So Apple AirTag for the car. And sometimes I couldn't find a location, but I would ask the Find My app to notify me once the car was found. And that way, this is how I would get these notifications, pretty much just a random notification that my item has been found. I could technically also use a locator tool, which helps me locate where exactly my car is, and it gives me arrows of where the location of that specific item is at. And I think this could be helpful if you forgot like where you parked your car, but not really for anything else. Now, I did put my Apple AirTag on my Tesla Model 3, which natively it does have a tracker itself. I did this obviously to compare how accurate the tracker, the Apple AirTag tracker was compared to the Tesla tracker. And I can tell you it was actually very, very, very precise. Now, do keep in mind that there might be a small lag on the Apple AirTag because, you know, the ping does have to connect to the Apple AirTag, then to the phone, then send that signal over to the Apple server, and then send that signal back to you, which still happens fairly quick. And the Find My app does tell you again in minutes when was the last time that location was registered, which again could kind of give you an idea of where they're heading. In my case, my guest was actually heading out to California, and since it last pinged somewhere near the end of a gas station going to California, then I kind of could assume that the car was in the road to California and then eventually would connect to another iPhone. A concern I did have though as a Turo host is that when you use Apple AirTags do notify the Apple user you're using their data to, I guess, transmit their location. So in other words, Apple pretty much will notify the actual user that they're pinging a location using an AirTag, which could be very creepy or kind of, you know, just awkward if your guest is suddenly enjoying their time and then they get a notification on their iPhone saying that they're being followed or that their location's being tracked used by an RFID device. And out of all the 20 or 30 trips that I did have on the Apple AirTag, there were actually 2 people that reached out to me because they got this notification. They did simply ask if I was tracking them because they were being followed. And I told them, yes, I mean, the car does have a tracker and we use Apple AirTags, which in your case, that's why you're getting that message. And both of them were actually just fine understanding that. They just wanted to make sure it was us and not someone else. But again, a very awkward conversation to have, especially, you know, if you don't want to let your guests know that you are tracking them. I mean, which normally every car has a tracker, but still very awkward to have that conversation with them. Before, that threshold Apple had was for 3 days. So if you were tracking someone for 3 days, then they would notify that person. But then I guess they later decided to change that to 3 hours. And now if your Apple AirTag is following someone for over 3 hours, then Apple will be sending them a notification about that. Now, overall, guys, I really think by using Apple AirTags, you know, I was really impressed. I do think that Apple AirTag is a legit competitor to a car tracker, and here's why. So even though it doesn't have all the features and benefits of telling you the speed that they've been, of telling you, you know, kind of like a tracking history of where they've been as well, honestly, most of the times I don't use any of that information. However, when there is an accident or when you need that information, I guess it does pay off to have a better tracker in the long term. But if you just simply want to know where your car is, you know, in case it gets stolen, in case you need to go and pick it up, then the Apple AirTag will be more than enough for you. Again, it does not tell you at what speed it's going or where it's been before, but at the same time, that might actually save you some time or some stress because, you know, sometimes you see how they're treating your vehicle and you get all nervous and then you start calling people. And again, I know that some Turo hosts like to be very hands-on when it comes to their fleet and kind of supervising how their vehicle is being treated. But overall, for myself, I like to be a little more chill, kind of let the guests have fun, do what they have to do. They know that they have to be safe. I send them pre-written text messages that they have to be safe and that the car's being tracked so that they know, you know, that they're somehow still being observed. And then I'll just do my pre-inspections and post-inspections, and then that's it. You know, I don't have to be living and checking my trackers all or every single moment. Also, some of these trackers, you can remove them, you know, by simply removing them out of the car port. And then some trackers could just simply fall because there were some similar trackers in Amazon that you could just install, you know, through a magnet, but, you know, those could fall, you know. So the Apple AirTag, just throw it somewhere, you know, somewhere, honestly, just that's hidden, and I think that it would be actually kind of hard for someone to find it and then remove it. So I do want to know, guys, do you think Apple did here a good job when it comes to tracking or their tracker devices? Would you actually use an Apple AirTag as your tracker for your Turo fleet? Let me know in the comments below. I'm actually pretty interested in knowing what you guys have to say about this. I personally think it's a pass. Like I said, it served its purpose. It did what it had to do. Most of the time it connected with no problem. And so for the price, I mean, it's a great tracker to have. So again, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching the video until the end. Please help me by smashing that like button, subscribe. I do post again once a week or twice a week, plenty of videos a week. There's other content other than Turo that you might find helpful. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.